Hello guys, welcome back. So I wanted to do this video on reverse dieting. If you saw my last video, we talked about how your metabolism slows down while you're cutting or while you're dieting. Now I led into that you should be doing a reverse diet every time that you go into a cut phase or you go into a calorie deficit. Now remember, calorie deficit is we have maintenance calories, which means that we're burning or we're using up just as much energy in a 24-hour period as we're taking in through food and nutrition. That is maintenance. Anything below that for food and maintenance is creating a deficit between our calorie expenditure and our calorie intake, right? So when you're in a deficit, you're in a cutting or a diet phase. Reverse diet is exactly the opposite of dieting. When you usually diet, you reduce your calories slowly, you increase your cardio so that you're increasing your calorie expenditure in a 24-hour period, and that creates the deficit in which you lose body fat. A reverse diet is when you're actually decreasing your cardio slowly and increasing your calories over a period of time so that you're gonna be able to basically give your body enough time to restore your metabolism, because when you diet, your metabolism slows down. We covered this in the last video, so if you're confused about what that means, then just go over and watch that one first. But when your metabolism slows down, it's not good for long-term weight loss. You want to make sure that you're putting in a reverse diet, and it depends for everyone. It's different. So some people, they'll ask me, okay, how long should I reverse diet for? I've been dieting for 4 weeks. If you've only been dieting for 4 weeks, then it's probably not going to be very long. You can probably do a 2-3 week, maybe even 4-week reverse diet. If you're very low calorie though, so say someone is at 1100 calories, they're doing 2 hours of cardio a day, and they're just a slave to the cardio machine. Anytime that they eat over that amount of calories, their body just gains weight instantly. They gain fat. They can't seem to reduce their cardio. This is very common for a lot of women, especially like I was in this position before, and it is not fun. You do not want to be a slave to cardio, and you want to be able to enjoy your food. You want to be able to go out and not worry, oh my God, I only have 1,000 calories to eat today. If I eat this, it's half my calories for the day. I can't eat for the rest of the day. That is not how you want to live and create a healthy lifestyle. So through reverse dieting, you can get out of that trap. And the main goals of a reverse diet is to do this in a way that you minimize fat gain. So not only are you going to be in a way better position when you want to diet or cut again, but you're going to actually look 100% better and be a lot leaner starting out. Obviously it makes sense. If you were leaner starting your diet, it's gonna be it's gonna be a lot easier of a prep or a cut or a diet than if you have 40 pounds to lose. We're kind of touching on getting out of this trap of dieting, losing 20 pounds, gaining 25 pounds back, dieting again, losing 15 pounds, gaining 20 pounds back, dieting again, losing 10 pounds, because that whole cycle, and there's studies to actually show the amount of times that people diet in their lifetime is proportional to the amount of body fat. So that means that if you aren't doing it in the correct form, that you could potentially be putting your body in a position where it's going to be gaining weight over the long term. Initially you might lose some weight, but over the long term you're actually gaining more body fat than when you first started to diet. Reverse dieting, the main goal is to restore your metabolic rate. And I know a lot of people don't even know what metabolic rate is. Essentially, your metabolism is how effectively your body burns calories and uses energy. So you want to do that with minimal fat gain. So if you have been dieting for, let's say, 2 years, right? You've just been low calories, you've never gone up over 1,500, 1,600 calories, then you might have to do a very long reverse diet. And I would highly suggest you do. If you want help reverse dieting, then I do take on clients to help them with reverse dieting. I myself have done it post shows, fitness competitions, or photo shoots, and it is something that you can do on your own. You 100% can strategically lay it out, give yourself a plan. But what I have seen and what I've experienced is that it's really hard to stick to a reverse diet plan if you don't have someone keeping you accountable, which a coach 100% helps with. They need to keep your mind right, because a lot of times you'll be like, oh, well, you know, I've been working really hard though, I can have this pizza even though it's not in your plan. You have certain macros to stick to, or certain things that you have to do in order to see success on the long time. So reverse dieting is not a free-for-all. It is just as much as a discipline than when you're in a cutting phase or a calorie deficit phase. So it is something you want guidance through, and you want a firm plan. Well, I won't get into the specifics of how to set up a reverse diet, because I am releasing a program that's going to be available pretty soon. So you guys will be able to get that and read it, use it for yourself, or if you do want one-on-one help with that, I can definitely help you out. But I want to give you some tips of when you are reverse dieting. So when you go into a reverse diet, like I know a lot of people, and they'll do a show or they'll do a cut and they're like, I'm going on vacation right after. A lot of times that's hard to stay diligent on a vacation. I did this my first year. I competed in WBFF in Vancouver, and I had a great show, but I went on vacation right after to Osoyoos, and we were camping, and I didn't do so bad because I was very cognizant of, okay, I'm gonna have to keep structured. I went to the gym every day. I just got up earlier. I went to the gym, because if you just stop training completely, it is going to have implications on your success and your fat gain. So you want to make sure that you are training hard. Reverse dieting is not a time to be lax and be like, oh, well, I don't really have to go to the gym now because I'm not dieting per se. 100% you have to be training hard. And weight training is essential. So this is a period that you want to be trying to put on lean muscle and lift heavy, deadlifts, compound movements. I'm actually coming out with a muscle building guide that's going to go in basically right hand in hand with a reverse diet guide. So you guys can do that together and be able to see success with gaining muscle and keeping lean in your off season or in your reverse diet. And we're talking about how you respond during your reverse diet. It varies. Again, like I said, we want to minimize fat gain. So some people, they're only going to gain a little bit of fat. And actually there's some hyper responders that they get leaner as a reverse dieting. Not saying that that's the normal, that's definitely something that's rare, but some people will actually lose fat as a reverse diet because you're feeding your body. You're actually allowing your hormones to stabilize. And so your body's like, oh my God, I'm not starving anymore. I can actually be able to build muscle. I'm actually able to burn fat effectively. I don't need to be worried about storing this fat for survival or for starvation because I'm being fed so much. So it's fine. So a lot of times people will see, and I've seen this with girls before, is that they've been so low calorie for so long, doing so much cardio, that when they reverse diet, weight actually just comes off of them. So it is something that can be very beneficial immediately, but the main goal, remember, is always minimizing fat gain as you speed up your metabolism. So your metabolism is going to speed up, and then when you go to cut again, it's going to be a lot easier because your metabolism is going to be so fast, it's going to be firing. Then when you start to cut, the weight's just going to come off. It's not going to be like that, hard, oh, I hit a plateau and I'm not losing weight again this week, and I hit another plateau and I'm not losing weight. That can be very, very frustrating. So I know a lot of girls that are in that trap because they've been so low calorie and so high cardio for so long. So reverse dieting is essential. I have some people that will say, oh, I want to do a show, and I'm like, okay, what are your calories at right now? And they're at like 1,400, 1,300, and that is way too low. You want to be getting your calories up as high as you can, and even to the point where, okay, you put on 1 pound or 2 pounds, you might put on 5 pounds in that time, but you're gonna be at a way better position. You want to stretch that as far as it can go. So obviously if you're gaining 10 pounds, 20 pounds, that's too far, too much. That's also why you need a coach's guidance. But if you're only gained 5 pounds and now you're eating 2,500 calories, it's gonna be way easier for you to cut. It's gonna be way easier for you to see results in a way faster period of time. So that is the end result. It's kind of like you're putting an investment into your metabolism, basically to get a huge return on it in the future. So anyone that likes money, that's my analogy for money. You're putting a huge investment in and you're gonna get a lot out of it. That's a little bit about reverse dieting. Again, I didn't go exactly into how to set up a reverse diet, but essentially what you are doing is increasing your calories slowly over time, and you'll be increasing the 3 macro groups, protein, carbs, and fat, and you'll be reducing your your cardio slowly over time as well. So you'll be creating that, going back up to your new maintenance of calories, and then you're gonna start increasing your calories over time so that your body can actually speed up its own metabolism. So it's a pretty cool thing. If you guys have any comments, anything that you have found out online or that you're interested in or that you have questions about, leave a comment below. Make sure to like and subscribe as well, because this is a new channel and I want as many people to see it as possible. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, and I hope that was something new and you guys learned something from that.